Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm talking about something very, very important if you want to reach your goals as far as losing weight, whether that's, cutting for show or just cutting for the summertime. I'm gonna teach you how to season your food first, and then I'll show you how to cook the food, okay? So as you can see, what I'm prepping for this week, I want you to know that the way I like to bulk cook my meals, I like to cook for at least 4 days. And that can get tricky. You have to keep in mind like what days you're gonna be doing, what days you're gonna be training, what days you're not. So what you'll see me do is I'm gonna have some pre-prep meals, but I'm also gonna have just chicken set to the side so that I can put the meals together for the days that I don't train, because those are gonna be the days where I don't eat as many carbs. So as you can see over here, I have some chicken thighs. Got this from Kroger. I would say when you're living in an apartment or you're trying to watch for your expenses, you want to buy food in a way where you're getting the most for your money. I felt like this was the best deal. I mean, this is, I don't know how many pounds, but for $11, it seems like a good bid. I mean, now you got to think about it like this. If you went to Chipotle and paid $11.65, bro, that's one bowl. That's one bowl for $11, and you probably only got like 15 grams of protein in that bowl. So 4 days of 30 to 40 grams of protein all in one pack. It could be like that, okay? So I got my chicken here. I'm gonna prep this up. I'm gonna season it. I'm gonna season it while it's in the pack. Okay, I'm gonna give you all the cheat codes. Today you're getting all the cheat codes. You know, when I'm prepping my food, I like to use gloves, especially chicken. Now beef, I don't really care as much about, but chicken's kind of slimy, so I like to use gloves when I'm dealing with chicken. I'm also black, and when you're black, you just get all kind of things like germs and salmonella, stuff like that. So let's get it going. Now, I'm gonna be able to knock this out fairly quickly because I have all kind of appliances. I have the air fryer. I also have Ninja. I'm gonna put that right here. Grill top's already in it. Guys, as you can tell, I take this very serious. I take meal prepping very serious. And again, if you're starting to connect the dots by now, you're realizing that I'm not doing any of the cooking. The appliances are, okay? So it really boils down to the seasoning. I'm gonna teach you how to do that. Something I think is very important is realizing that in order to do this whole weight loss thing, one, you have to enjoy the process, right? In order to enjoy the process, you have to do things where you're gonna be able to do them every day. So the seasonings that you use on your food, I used to be in my head like, should I be using salt? Should I be not using salt? Like, I used to ask so many questions. If you're anything like me, you just ask 1,000,001 questions, and sometimes you can psych yourself out, so now you end up back at a Chipotle. So I'm gonna answer all those questions here for my overthinkers, okay? It's okay to use salt. In fact, you should be seasoning your food to a way that you like it, and as long as you're staying hydrated throughout the day, you'll be fine. Okay, so here, I got the adobo con pimenta. That just means with pepper. I'm a little Spanish, in the past life I was from Colombia. I'm gonna use some of this real salt. I like this salt. I'm really big on natural ingredients. So this is some really good high quality salt. I'm gonna use some pepper here. Also going to use maybe a little bit of onion powder. And I like to use thyme as well, just a herb that adds a pop of flavor. What else do we have? This is going to be essential as well, avocado oil spray, okay? So if you're cutting or just trying to limit yourself to a certain amount of calories per day, you don't want to overdo. You got to know how to finesse. So instead of using avocado oil, which is 120 calories and 14 grams of fat, I'm gonna utilize those fats somewhere else while maintaining the flavor of my food. Okay? So let's get it started. All right, so something I want to talk about is, again, I talked about like sustainability. So in order to sustain your diet and keep it to where you can enjoy the meals that you're eating, which you should be trying to do, that should be a priority, enjoying the meals that you're eating while keeping it healthy. I prefer chicken thighs because it's just a juicy, it's dark meat, juicy, tender, and it lasts throughout the week. You know, it's one of those cuts where on day 3 of you microwaving it, it still tastes good. So because I'm using chicken thighs, there's a bit of excess fat that I usually cut off. Because like I said, I want to utilize the fats elsewhere, like with eggs and bacon, because that's something that I really enjoy in my diet. So I'm taking that into account while preparing my meals for lunch and dinner. So that's what I'm doing right now, just stripping away the extra fats. And this also just kind of makes the chicken leaner. Somebody calling me? You can be in like that. Something like that. Okay. But guys, take a glove off if you're using gloves. Take one glove off, trash it. Keep one glove on so that you can moisturize and massage in the seasonings that you're about to apply to the chicken. Starting off with the thyme, it doesn't matter what you start off with. You're gonna be massaging it in anyways. So here's the thyme. Thyme. Pepper. Gots to have the pepper. Okay. Onion. ¿Cómo se dice onion in Spanish?
Cebolla.
Cebolla. Cebolla. That looks good. As you guys can tell, it's really all about seasoning. Like, this already looks good and it's still raw. Still raw. So, again, there's really no excuse for you to be like, I don't know how to cook. It's like, no, you're just an idiot. You're not thinking. You just, all you have to do is learn how to season the food. You don't need to know how to cook. I don't either. I don't know how to cook either. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take my seasoned chicken. I'm gonna spray it off for just a bit. I'm gonna apply that avocado oil spray that we were talking about earlier. I'm also gonna apply it to the pan as well. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to apply just a little bit of avocado oil to the grill top for non-stick purposes. I mean, yeah, I got the avocado oil spray, but sometimes that doesn't do the trick. Okay. So I added just a little bit, probably 5 grams, not even, of avocado oil to the actual pan. And then you go down with it. Look, if you don't have all the appliances, I'm sure you have an oven and a pan. As long as you have an oven and a pan, that's enough appliances. Like I said, all you have to do, use those same steps up to this point on a pan. That's it, on the stove and a pan. The reason I have all these appliances is, one, is like some of these things are gifts. And if you don't have them, go to secondhand places like Goodwill or wherever and try to find these things for bargains. You know, you can find appliances like this literally anywhere. You don't have to just buy them new. You know, buy them refurbished, whatever. The reason I'm using all these appliances is because I'm pressed for time. I don't want to spend all day in the kitchen. And that's the beauty of not knowing how to cook. You see, there's a good thing about not knowing how to cook. You don't have to spend all day in the kitchen trying to be a chef, okay? Keep the small things small. I'm letting this do the cooking, okay? You gotta think of it like my assistant. These are my assistants. These are my cooks. I have cooks, okay? So it would be very valuable to have more appliances so that you can bulk cook faster. But if you can't, you can't. So just use what you have. Use the oven and the stove instead of the grill and the air fryer, okay? So use the oven and the stove. So cook some of your chicken, lay it out on a pan or on a some type of sheet, and then throw it in the oven while you're also cooking the rest on the stove top. You have options, guys. You just kind of got to be creative and resourceful. Chicken is almost done here. Then I also have the air fryer going. Okay. I like to use the air roast setting if I'm using the get you a Ninja that has an air roast setting, man. The chicken just tastes amazing when it's been roasted. So as you can see, this chicken is cooking. I put the season side down, so it doesn't look very seasoned, but trust me, it is. That looks good. That looks good. And guys, if you open it up, you know, and see that maybe it could use some more seasoning, maybe there's not enough seasoning in certain spots, it's not evenly distributed, just go in with your seasoning over top like that, and boom. Pop her back in. Guys, I'm sorry. If you've watched this far and you've been following step by step, I owe you a sincere apology because I left out probably the most important ingredient when it comes to cooking meat. If you don't have this, if you're not putting this on your chicken and your beef, you're missing out on so much flavor. I'm sorry, like I forgot. I put it on the skillet. So the grill should be like creating that smoke flavor. And I'm gonna go ahead and right now put it on the rest of this chicken. So what I want to tell you about this ingredient here, this is very strong stuff, so you don't need a lot. It's very potent, very concentrated. So again, you don't need a lot. Just apply just a few drops and then massage it in. Okay. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. So I'm waiting for this chicken to finish in the air fryer, and then I'm gonna cook the rest. What I'm about to do now is pull out another one of my chefs, and this one, he's mastered the art of cooking rice. So once I'm done with the air fryer, I'm going to turn Chef Aroma on, load her up with some white rice. I've decided that the carb sources that work best for me, again, if you watched my last video, you know you want to keep your diet simple. Have 1 to 2 go-to foods for each category. So this week for me, it's going to be oatmeal or white rice. That's it. So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. When I'm done with the air fryer, I'm gonna throw some Manhattan in a bowl and let it do its thing. Other than that, we're rolling, guys. We're rolling. As you can see, I've portioned out this chicken for like a non-training day, a rest day. Like I said, these are gonna be the days where I don't eat as many carbs, so I just wanna have the protein set aside. It'll be easier to just have food that's cooked and then put it together. You know, like if I wanna do a sweet potato because I have the carbs for it, okay, I'll just take this chicken out of this container and plate it with a sweet potato, or throw it in one of these so I can go to work, have lunch at work. The rest of these, this is very important. The way I like to do this keeps it simple. I take out my scale and I go ahead and write out how many grams of protein is in each bowl. So for this one, we're gonna do, and this is gonna be lunch. It's gonna be the chicken, 208 grams. So I typically like to do at least 200 grams of whatever the protein source is that I'm using. So 208 grams, and what I'm gonna do is take my dry erase marker and put 208 grams dash chick. I used to work in the restaurant industry, CHK meant chicken. Okay, self-explanatory, I know, but thought I'd just share a bit about my past. Anyways, 208 grams of chicken, and I'm also gonna put cooked in parentheses because raw weight and cooked weight, this just reminds me to when I'm doing the calculation and putting it to chronometer to divide this number by 0.75 so that I can get the actual weight of the chicken. Okay, I'm gonna put this on here, and then when the rice is done cooking, I'll put the rice, the amount of carbs on here as well. All right, guys, my last bit of game for you in this video is gonna be, I'm about to change the way you eat veggies. This is the way to enjoy veggies. I personally think the best veggies are grilled, sauteed. What I'm about to do here is, I got a bag of green beans, and I'm going to cut these up and throw them in the air fryer. This is a little veggie cheat code for y'all out there. If you're still watching, still rocking with me, I appreciate you. And if you want help with, customizing a meal plan to help you reach your goals in 8 weeks, look at the link in the description. Let's see if you're a good fit for character defining moments. We'll get you right. With green beans, there's these stems. I like to cut those stems off. I'm telling you guys, 2025 is the year. I'm not playing any more games. Like, there's no excuses. If you found this channel, it's a sign that, one, you're moving in the right direction, and two, it's time to take action. It's time to start aligning your actions with where you want to be 8 weeks from now or a year from now, It's about the long-term and short-term game and how you play it. So, yeah. So I cut the stems off these green beans, and you don't have to use green beans. You can do spinach. I mean, obviously I wouldn't air fry spinach. I don't know how that would turn out. It'd probably be really weird, but green beans and like even broccoli would taste really good. Or if you like zucchini, I feel like that would even taste great in the air fryer. So what I do is These ingredients are a lot more simple. I had to make sure I'm recording, okay. I just go in with my avocado oil spray. I go in with some onion powder. I even put a little bit of this coconut aminos on there just to give it like a little stir fry type of flavor, but also just kind of that grilled flavor as well. Guys, this is a cheat code. I'd even put this on meat. Do it up just a little bit. And then go in with a little bit of pepper. Then you finish it off with the salt, the real salt. I'm going to put a little bit in my hand, like so, and then just like that. And there you have it. And I'll show you guys the finished product in just a sec. All right, so I transferred the green beans into the air fryer. Pop it in. Again, you're gonna wanna use the roast setting. Turn that temperature up to 400. Actually, you know what? Let's keep it at like 375. Start it. 15 minutes. Look, it's not gonna cook the whole 15 minutes. Everything I cook, I put the time up high. I just take it out when I feel like it's ready. All right, guys, we're gonna take this out together. Ready? Started at 15 minutes. It's now 9 minutes. Like I said, just keep a watch on it. Look at that. Perfect. Well, I taught you how to stop making excuses in the kitchen. I taught you how to season your food. I even taught you how to implement veggies into your diet in an enjoyable way. Grill them up by putting them in the air fryer. So I hope you took a lot from this video. Again, if you want to see if you're a good fit for character defining moments, what we do is we help you transform into the best version of yourself, inside and out. We make this transformation process super, super simple. Simplicity is the key when it comes to changing your life and being who you want to be. So that's what Character Defining Moments is all about. If you want to learn more, click the link in the description. Book a call. We'll chop it up. And yeah, go cook your meals. It's Sunday. I'm about to enjoy the rest of my day. And I'm excited to kill the week ahead of us. And I hope you are too.